What's good, y'all? GVO Juju back with another video for you. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Help this channel grow so it can reach the people it needs to. If you have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below, or you can hit me on my socials. I'll leave them all in the description. Especially IG though, because that's where I be on the most. You feel me? So today, what I want to talk to you all about is something that I was struggling with a lot in my journey. You feel me? An idea, a train of thought that really stunted my growth for a long time. And it took me a long time to grow out of it. And I know a lot of people are going through it as well. So the thing I want to talk about today is perfectionism. Let me explain what perfectionism is. Perfectionism is a way of thinking that really just limits people in so many ways they don't even know it. Perfectionism is wanting to do everything perfect the first time you even do it. You feel me? Wanting to have every single thing, every single aspect, having every single thing in your life to be perfect and not wanting to act on something unless you know how to do it perfectly. You feel me? Perfectionism is something that needs to be grown out of. Let me explain why. It is an unrealistic train of thought to think that no matter what you do, no matter what endeavors you are going to go through, whether new or experienced, that you're going to do it perfectly at all times. You feel me? You could be doing something for 10 years. The best cooks, the best artist, the best basketball player misses a shot. You feel me? No matter how long you do something, you're never going to do it perfectly. Perfectionism is a train of thought that can really, it's like a mental jail. You feel me? It's a jail that people put themselves in when they act like everything has to be perfect. No matter how they act, everything they have to act on, everything that they think, everything that they do has to be perfect. And it's an unrealistic train of thought. Perfectionism is something that has to be grown out of. The way you grow out of perfectionism and that way of thinking is this. And the only way that I know how to grow out of that perfectionism mindset, because trust me, that shit used to run me all the time no matter where I was. You feel me? The way I grew out of that was really to gain self-love. Really start to understand that I'm not perfect. Nothing in this universe is perfect. You feel me? Everything has flaws because everything has beauty to it. You feel me? You need flaws to have beauty because without the flaws, you wouldn't know what beauty is. You feel me? You have to realize that you are a masterpiece, yet you're a work of art too. Let me not, no. What the fuck am I saying? You are a masterpiece, right? You are something that is divine. You are something that's true. You are something that was created for a purpose, and every single part of you, every single thing about you was created exactly how it was supposed to be. Yet, you have the ability to improve yourself even further. So, the only way that you can really upgrade your life like that is to realize that you are a masterpiece, yet you're a work in action. You feel me? You're still being created. You're still making yourself into that Mona Lisa of yourself. Yet the way you are right now is already a masterpiece because you are you. You feel me? You got to realize that you are an individual. You are 1 in 7 billion. Your genetic makeup is different from any person, anything on this earth. So that makes you beautiful. That makes you divine. You feel me? And when you start to realize that I am this beautiful person, that no matter what happens to me, I'm still me. I'm an individual with my own mindset and nobody could ever be me. You feel me? And when you start to realize that and you start to cultivate that love within yourself, you start to realize that all the flaws about myself and all the flaws that I'm trying to work out, they're a part of me. They are a part of me. Therefore, I love them because I love me. You feel me? So really start to cultivate that self-love. Really start to understand that Every person on this earth has flaws. I have flaws, you have flaws, your mama has flaws, your auntie has flaws. Everybody has flaws, you feel me? And true beauty, true love is when you realize that you don't have to hide these flaws. You don't have to be fearful of those flaws that you have. You don't have to be fearful of those flaws that you have and just repress them and not like them. You have to start to accept them and love them as they are a part of you and you are a beautiful being. You feel me? You really start to radiate that energy of love and beauty when you realize that your flaws are there to strengthen the love you have within yourself. Let me say that again. Let me cultivate my thoughts real quick. You feel me? You start to realize that the flaws that you have, every single thing that you may not be good at, everything that you are trying to work on, everything that you aspire to be, those flaws that were placed on you, those failures that you have had, those flaws or defects that you may think that you have of yourself, they are placed on you in a way that is to accentuate the love that you have for yourself. You feel me? When you really start to be able to accept those flaws that you have about yourself, rather than just try to hide them and only accentuate the beautiful parts that you have of you, or the parts that you deem as beautiful, that is when you really start to love yourself. That is when you start to break out of that perfectionism mindset. When you realize that my flaws are what makes me me, because my beauty is what makes me me as well. You feel me? You can't only identify with your beauty. You have to identify with every single imperfection, every single flaw, every single failure that you have had. You feel me? And that is what helps you get out of that perfectionism mindset. You have to realize that perfectionism is only a box that people put themselves in when they have flaws or they are scared of what other people think of them. You feel me? You only want to do something perfect all the time when you fear the consequences of failing. You feel me? And when you have that mindset, you don't realize that me failing is only going to make me better. Me going through that action, no matter what happens through it, is going to be a lesson to make me a better person. It's going to make me able to not mess up again. You feel me? And when it comes to perfectionism, you have to know that when you are trying to be perfect, you're not being yourself. When you are trying to be perfect, you are not in tune with yourself. Because everybody has flaws and failures, like I just said. So when you are trying to be perfect, you are out of alignment. You are not being your natural self. And when that happens, you are completely out of tune with everything around you. That's when you start to see sadness. That's when you're not able to build that life that you truly want because you're not aligned with it. The way you build the life you want, the way you build the realities you want mentally, internally and externally, the way you build those realities up into what you want is by radical action. You feel me? You have to start. You can't just sit there and think on everything. You can't just sit back and image everything that you want in your head and just say, okay, this is what my life is just going to magically map out to. You have to act on it. That's how the universe reacts. That's the strongest energy you can put out. Radical action. Because when you start to act, you start to physically, on a physical level, you start to move everything around you. You start to actually go forward for what you want. You feel me? And that energy is sent up to the universe, and that's when your energy starts to manifest and materialize. You feel me? So that is the only way to build the life you want. And if you have perfectionism, you are not doing the most important part of building your life. You are only thinking and having these images of failure. You having these images of, okay, I have to do this perfect. You're having these thoughts of I have to do this perfect or I'm just not gonna do it at all. And that is stopping you from building the life you want. So you have to get out of that mindset. You have to realize that I love myself so much that I'm willing to put myself through this failure right now in order to build myself up into the person I want to be. You feel me? No matter how many times, Kobe Bryant. Let's take Kobe Bryant for an example. That man put in the most work of a basketball player that I've ever seen. But that nigga still misses shots. Do you think that he's running down court thinking, ah, shit, I missed a shot. Now I can't shoot for the rest of the game or else I'm going to fuck up my field goal percentage? No, nigga. That nigga's pulling that bitch in three niggas' mouths and making it or missing it. And no matter what he said, no matter what happens, whether the ball goes in or out, that nigga's going to run down court thinking, you know what, I'm still that nigga. I'm going to come back down court and pull that bitch again until I hit it. You feel me? That's the mindset you have to start having. You don't have to, not everything has to be perfect. You feel me? Because if you have a perfect life, nobody wants a perfect life. Imagine if your life was just always one way. Imagine you just woke up in a routine. Imagine you just wake up, everything is the same all the time. That's just not going to be fun. You have to realize that those flaws, all those failures, all those challenges that you're going to have to overcome, all those things are to make your life worth living. You feel me? Those things are to make your life worth living. So start to break out of that perfectionism mindset. Make goals that you know you want to accomplish. Make goals that you want to do, whether it's internally or externally. You feel me? Make goals and start to go at them fearlessly. Start just acting on shit that you know you want to do, whether you know how to do it or not. And see how your life starts to change. See how your mindset starts to change. Because the only way to break out of perfectionism is by radical action. So start just doing shit you don't know how to do on a daily basis. Start doing something that you deem is hard or difficult. And that's going to rewire your brain. That's going to change your energy. That's going to change the way you look at yourself. You're going to look at the mirror and say, you know what, nigga? I wasn't able to do that today, but guess what? Now I know how to do it tomorrow. Now I know how to do it better tomorrow. And gradually you're going to take step by step, and that's going to improve your life for the better. You feel me? That's going to break you out of that perfectionism mindset. And that is when you really start to understand the beauty of life. You feel me? That's really all I got for y'all today, man. It's a quick little video. It just was a spur of the moment type shit. You feel me? If y'all have any video suggestions, even in the comments below. And yeah, man. I love y'all. Hope this video resonates. Juju signing out. Peace, love, family.